Yo, I'm gonna start streaming.
Okay.
Alrighty. Looks like we're all good to be going. Yes. Very nice. Now, hopefully nothing's broken. Sure doesn't seem broken. So we're going to carry on as though it's working, because that's the assumption I have to make here. Oh, almost forgot that part. Hello, Sharky. Let's see, it would be there, it would be there, it would be there. Click. Okay. Go like that. And we can move this map. You are indeed first. Now let's see. What do we work on right now? Looks like that's what we were on last time. Also, if anyone has a better idea for this one here, this Pichu, if someone has a different Pokemon they think would go well right there, holding the DS, then I'm open to suggestions on that. Now, I think we start off with this cupcake display. Yes, that makes sense to me. Now, we have a bit of a goes something like that. Alright, we're guessing because it's, well, no, we shouldn't guess. Let's just really quickly like so. Now we know that that line's like that. It's better to know things for sure. Then, I don't... Oh, that layer has Meowth on it. I like this Meowth. Sleepy kitty. So right there, we have so many layers. My goodness. Oh, I used to have a not great computer, so I'm always worried about if I have too many layers. Because too many layers causes, you know, lag and stuff. Go like that. Then, obviously we don't need our cupcake display to be... So here's what I'm thinking. Then it would be like that, and then here's what I'm thinking. A cupcake display should be appropriately fancy. Therefore, let's see. Oh no, that's not gonna do it. Alright then. Let's see. We want... No, let's see. It's a little tricky. So let's hang on. That goes something like that. And we can kind of just actually subdivide this again for an easy way of doing it. And that's basically parallel since they're so close together. And this is almost horizontal. We actually don't need that one up there, I don't think. This line here is the important one, right? You guys will kinda see what I'm going for in just a bit. But either way, that line's the important one for the height we want of this thing. Because I'm trying, so we've seen how I've done some curved things before, like this, there. What else? I don't know, there. There's not way too many things, because doing curves in perspective is tricky. However, I think that obviously this cupcake display should be curved. It should be a round display with a round base and stuff. So, if we were to, we can say that the part it rests on here is squarish. Maybe not a circle. Maybe it's something different than a circle. That kind of ought to be like that. We're just guessing because this part isn't going to be visible, but even so, we shouldn't make guesses. Because guesses make you wrong.
I see two of you.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because it looked like, you know...
The tracker has to be on top, and then
so
the other ones...
seeing the second.
They're not seeing the second one now. I
Okay.
can move it like that and stuff. I just put it there since it's a convenient place where it doesn't get in the way of my buttons.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. No issues then. I was
None?
just curious because I haven't paid attention.
Uh-huh. It's no problem. The viewers don't know about it either, so.
It's fair.
What layer am I? There. Okay. Have you played Run 3 before? I have, on Cool Math Games. It's very neat. It's a great game? Yeah. Gonna have to agree. So then here we can go like this, that. So now we've got ourselves our square base. Okay, well, not exactly like that. Then I want it to go from there to there, right? I want it to be curved. Here, Here, let's actually get rid of this X now. I want it to be sort of like, well, hang on, I have a bit of an idea in mind, and we'll see if I can manage to do it. We'll go like that and there. So, basically, what I want, I will set this to 5. I want to put that, and I want it connected to that. See if what kind of curve we want. Tricky to say for sure, because then we also need a curve from there to there. We need to kind of decide exactly where the cutoff is, like what part it goes under the bowl, sort of. So probably something like there, right? Oh, head pets. Thank you, thank you. Hehe. Let's see. So we kind of want this to go to there. We want it to bend to there. Is that how that works? Yeah, that's how that works. Now, if we open up another layer, go like that. Alright. You lower the opacity there. Oh, that reminds me. Last stream, somebody mentioned a tool I could use, potentially. This actually would kind of be going like that, I think. No, it wouldn't. I'm shrimply lying. Bing. So we'll basically duplicate that structure. But then how fast can this go? Not very. Good to know. And like this. What up though? What we got going on? Oh, we're still working on this one. It's going pretty well. Indeed it is. Thank you, thank you. Then what we want to have here is something like that, I think. And then we need a curve going. Here. Yes, I think it's going pretty well. We need another curve going from there to there, kinda. And it ought to be perhaps something like that, because then that point would go to there, which almost works. Not quite. Okay, here, let's rethink how we're doing this display. We'll just call it there and we'll go. Basically, I'm trying to make a cupcake display, right? We should actually pull up a reference picture, I think. Methinks. Bing bonk. We will go like that. That's the wrong one. We want that there, and we want this one there. Alright. Awesome. Then, we'll probably want to switch this to a tabbed layout so we can swap between them like this. So we want something kind of like this, right? Probably most like this one. Or that one. The problem is circles, you know? The problem is most certainly a circle. Circles are the hardest thing to do in perspective. Mwah. Taking a sip of my water. So we'll look at that one. It's kind of a really difficult shape. I'm not gonna lie. But we know that it's got... Let's see if we can kind of try and sketch this out a little. So we know that the center's around there. We're still at the very tiny brush size, but that's okay. Mouth 1. That's what that one's called. Then we know that it's got sort of these feet that go out to the corners. And then there's a circle on top of that, you know? So this point above the center. Here, let's hang on. Let's not be drawing on the Meowth layer. So let's see. Hang on. We don't have the back side of the box drawn in. Which we kind of do need a little bit while we're figuring this out. I guess we don't need it that badly. We just know that the corner is there. So then, assuming we want this layer to be, let's not guess now. So we want this layer to be roughly that tall. And then at the corner that would become there. And we might as well draw in all four sides because we're gonna need them. Is that close enough? It's pretty much there. But I'd really rather be correct. There we go. Very nice. So now it's a matter of making this into a circle. Right? We've done that before. Let's see if we can hide... that's prep counter, front counter. Let's hide that one. Let's prep area frame. Where's P counter? There it is. Is that something we can fix now? No, it isn't. So, like I said, we need to make this into a circle. And we've done that before with the table. I don't think we did it exact with the table. And that goes through the middle, doesn't it? This line that's technically the back, that's basically through the middle, which is good. We'll cross each one of those. Then think we want to go like this, right? Through like that. And one more. There we go. Who are those people in the corner? Over here? It's undecided yet. Well, I mean, they're not really anyone. This person will be the trainer of this Charmander. This person will just be another person. This might end up being Jesse from Team Rocket. It depends on how things go. We'll have Meowth and potentially James there. So we might have some Team Rocket going, which would be fun. But we aren't certain yet. They're just people. That's the main point. To get this circle, we need to connect that point and that point, most primarily. Then gotta stretch that out. Then that hits that corner. Stretch that out. And like this, perhaps? No, still too square. This is art. Anything is possible. It can be anyone. You're exactly right. So here, let's actually get the circle tool out. So we'll make a circle. Well, we'll actually want a different layer for this because we're going to be squisherating and stretcherating the circle a bit until it has the properties we want it to have. You know? Let's see. Because we know it's going to be squished sort of like this. Well, actually quite a bit like that. Basically, we want as much of the circle to be touching the edges as possible, I think. Oh, hang on. And it can't go outside, I don't think. Let's see. So let's see about that. Not quite. But why? Because if I drew this, it's because, okay. And we'll try and flatten it like this. Maybe it actually just needs to be rotated the other direction. Let's see if putting the center of the ellipse on the center of this square helps. In theory it would, right? Then we squish and pull it until it conforms quite to what we want. So we want that centered there. Listening to Spanish music might also be nice. It could be, yeah. I don't know if I want to change music right now. I've got to figure out how to... Hang on. Oh, not now, I mean in general? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. So, let's see. What we ought to do. Because apparently I've forgotten since last time we made a circle. Oh. Okay. Let's see. What have we got currently? We've got we've got into the 4x4. And here they have a 4x4. Okay. Then don't blame use that stuff with coward. It does, and it kinda is, but it also kinda isn't. Cause look, they oh hang on, I didn't mean to open it. But that's actually helpful. All it's doing here is using key points and then shorter curves between each point, right? Which means we just need those lines. Yes. And those lines correspond to the lines I'm about to draw. In fact, maybe it would even help if I made it yellow so I don't get confused with the other lines. Alright, and then we might as well so it wants us to have this in red. Right, and then this diamond in red. Right? That's a very nice setup. Then here, all right. Then it looks like, hang on. Let's see exactly what's intersecting here. So they've, whoops, did not mean to do that. They've drawn their circles weirdly. But it looks like their general idea is at intersection points like this is where the circle should go, right? Yeah, they've put their circles strangely. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. It's probably because they were doing those circles on the fly. I imagine this is from a video. But then in ours, we can get out our green. We can do little dots where we need. Right, so those 4 points are the easiest. Then looks like on either side of it.
Please do dishes before bed.
Oh yeah, I do hear that. Let's see. Your diagram does make it a little tricky. But if we're just using these intersections, right, then it'd be... Do we want... So always the closest one to the edge. So it's there and there. And there. 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 And there. And you see, that's the circle. That's what we've been after. So now if we switch back to black, go to a new layer. Now when we use the circle tool, we have to just make it touch all those points. Alright, and that's much easier than trying to fit some arbitrary definition of a circle that I would have had to make up on my own. So now, even though this looks kind of weird, we know that it's a correct circle. It looks weird because the line weight gets thinner here and thicker there, which implies that it should be like at an angle, because it is technically at an angle. But I did unmute myself, right? I did. Okay, good. Okay. I just want this to be as good as possible. There we go. That will be that. Then we draw a vertical. Now, tricky part is, technically it's a different circle for each tier. And I'm pretty sure I messed that up here. I'm pretty sure we are just going to cheat a little bit. And we're just gonna copy that. Because that's quite a bit of work for just one layer. And we're still gonna have to do that 2 more times. So, I'm not making it perfect. Oh, but it's gonna bother me though. And the table is already bothering me now. But nobody can tell, right? Now you can tell that this table isn't correct. I wonder why that is. I can't tell it's not correct anyway. So I just... Hang on, that's bad. If I just copy and paste it, then layer, transform, mirror vertically. Oh, and it would also have to be horizontally. Whoops, that was the whole image. So now we have that. Technically, I'm silly. But only technically. Technically, I did not have to flip anything at all, because it's already in the right shape. I didn't have to. I would have just moved it down. But it is what it is. That worked, right? I didn't break it or anything? Okay, good. Alright, and there's one. That's one layer of our cupcake display. We want 3 of them. Oh, and technically speaking, it's, we use one more. If I move this down to about there, that looks about right. It goes like that, realistically speaking. So this is kind of interesting. Where is that little mark, huh? Oh, it's on there? That's fine then. I always get a little nervous because the Control E shortcut doesn't work for me for some reason, so I switched to Control Q, which is always a little nerve-wracking because Control Q in a lot of things is a quit kind of stuff. So it's a little spooky. But anyhow, we can lower the opacity there a lot. Then we can go to the next layer, the next tier. So we want 3, right? I'm a little tired. Let's see. Well, I did like how it worked out when I had it at 5 for these lines, because that just made it kind of smaller and more convenient for this scale we're working at. What do we think? We've actually got to decide here. So that's there. We want the second height to be 1 cupcake taller, I think. Alright, and then the third one is 1 cupcake above that. So we're going to want that distance again. So, like this, it'd, well, hang on, how much space is there between layers? There's like half a cupcake maybe? So, let's put that there and that there. I think that's about right. We don't really have to guess though. If it was a machine doing it, there'd be no question about whether or not it was right. And the machine in Canon for this photo would have done it right. So that's that. Now let's get rid of this. Now let's see. There we are. Now we have those handy little X's to show where the thing goes. Now we want to be on the line. Oh, hang on. I want that at 5. Technically, it doesn't help at all. Doesn't change anything. However, still matters to me. And then take that back to there. About right? That's not about right. The thing is, when my cursor is at size 40, it shows a guideline 40 diameter. No, not 40 diameter. 40. No, it would be diameter, I suppose. Shows me a handy dot, basically. Circle. Yeah, that circle there. Except bigger. And it just so happens that it's just about the same size as that dot. So I can put mine and roughly center it, which is a handy little tool for me. If I had just made my dots actual dots instead, I wouldn't really have this problem. But that's neither here nor there. So let's see. Now we go about making another circle. And this one has to be different because it's a significant change in the scale. Oh, but the problem here is not scale, but so the problem I'm having here is, do we make the no, we probably want it to go up from here, right? Because going down, that really encroaches, whoops. That really starts to encroach on the space we have down there. So I think on this one we actually go up from there, which means we are going to want so as the distance to the top of the container. Alright? Considering that instead of to the bottom, I think it goes there instead. Alright? And this one probably honestly goes to there. Then we can just measure really quick. Hang on, I didn't think this through. What's this? I like your art streams, they are very chill. Thank you, thank you. I mostly just like having an excuse to work on the art. Because I would be doing my programming right now, probably. Or I'd actually be doing nothing right now. I don't tend to do things this late if I'm not streaming. Anyhow, the lengths on that are correct. So we go eraser, get rid of that. Then we go here, go there. Those X's still exist, which is good. But now, go like that, which is better. Then, one more line ought to do it. There we go. Now, the tricky thing is, as we get closer to the horizon line, the flatter the circles get, which does complicate things a tad. Not really much. I mean, the process is still the same, but it does make it so that we have less space, which is always a little tricky. Because now look at that. I can't see anything in there because when I'm zoomed out to get the vanishing point, it's all just one big jumbled mess. I've got to really lean in to get that line right. I might even just end up cheating a little. Because those two lines are so close together, this third line, essentially, well, hang on. Well, we can actually, potentially, say like that, and then that, and then, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't even know. But basically, we just need a midpoint on this line. Oh, here we go. If I add another layer real quick, what I can do is that, because that will be the midpoint of the line. Right there. So now we can do our cheating. put it through the middle of that point there, because there's only, for any given line, or for any 2 points, there's exactly one unique line that connects them. Right? Which means that the line that connects the midpoint of this line and this center also touches the vanishing point. Mathematics. Alright. And then after that, what we do is from there to there, from there to there, there to there. Well, actually, we can skip over that part and just do it in red instead, because I won't be able to see it very well if it's not already in red. And then we can also put the X in red. Then let's see. So it says at the intersection there is another black line. We can do our cheating again, because, whoops, I didn't mean for that to be green. Because if we look here, that is another handy box for us, which means that that is the midpoint on that line. Which means that this is the correct line there. And over here, oh, whoops. Hang on, I don't want to draw that there. I want to draw that here. Alright. Then we can draw that line back, kind of. They're getting too thin is the problem. The circle is very squished because of just how close it is to the vanishing point. But I still find it important to do these guides and this. Oh, I drew that line on the wrong layer, huh? I still find it important to do it this way to ensure it's correct. No, hang on. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing things right, but there's not much I can do about that particular issue, because, well, there's a good chance I'm simply not doing it right. So we shrimply move on. Now let's see if I can get any useful information. Well, no, it's actually, oh, I forgot about the other ones. Oh boy. There's 2 more right there and right there. So then goes from that to there and from that to there. Yeah, you can't really see anything on this, can you? However, we know that this is to there, this is to there, and this is to there, and this is to there. Alright, now we try and find our points. There, There. I think that's meant to be there and there and there. Then nothing's visible there. Wow. That just means we kind of guess. Because what else can you do? Then that one's clearly there. 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 Roughly there, I think. And there. The last one's somewhere around there. Alright. Let's get out the circle tool. See how well we did. It's gonna be like a pizza. So squished. Yeah, look at that. Then we'll move this upwards. We've got to make sure that, hang on, that this distance here is preserved. Because there's no foreshortening upwards since it's only 2-point perspective. So it's got to go up a little more. Whoops. I accidentally tapped polygon instead of free draw. So we'll pull that up a little more. Then we'll check it again. That seems about right. Then we'll grab this and erase that. Then what we do, we'll go back to 40. Whoops, that's in erase mode, isn't it? We can go like that and that. And now, why is that wrong? Hang on. Assuming hang on. I'll fix it in a second. I need to quick group them so that I can, actually that doesn't help me much now, but if I just so what I need, it seems, oh, you know what I completely forgot about, it's supposed to get smaller. Alright. Now, we can make an assumption here. Well, we can assume that that is the correct point for it to be at. And that's not too different. But the other assumption we can make is that if we shrink this, it'll be roughly the same. To the viewer anyway. Because the viewer doesn't know anything. The viewer's not as smart as I am. People looking at this photo, they're going to look at this and say, well done. I'm going to laugh to myself because they don't know how terribly wrong it is. They don't know about the scale being completely whack. They don't know that I'm cheating with this shrimply by scaling this down a little. Then we want the midpoint there on the midpoint there. Okay, hang on. We don't want it scaled down that much. In fact, we only want it horizontally scaled. That's part of it too. Then I believe That's correct. Or is it more like that? I think it's more like that. Yeah, because we wanted the top part of it to be where that goes to. I think. I can't remember. Do I look like a genius? Oh, we weren't selecting anything. Yeah, that's how the display is going. What do you guys think of this so far? It looks weird a little bit right now, but this is theoretically how it should be. So. Yeah, buddy. Then we'll just land, ready? Put that like that. And we've only got one more layer, which is good. Now, I've got to use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see, everything's still working? Yeah. my phone battery good? My phone battery is just fine. Alright, let's continue. I'm forever going to feel bad about the perspective on these being off. Wait a second. I have an idea. So look, since we're cheating anyway, and these circles are so small, check this out. Distance from, oh wait, hang on, that's the wrong layer. Let's add another one. If we're cheating anyway, the distance from there to there is pretty similar to the distance from there to there, which means that these lines will be basically the same but flipped over the horizon line. Alright, so what we can do, since we're cheating today, we can copy and paste that W, yeah. Since we're cheating anyway, we can scale this down. Hang on a second. Scale that down like that, then layer, transform, mirror vertically. Oh, and horizontally. Wait, no, not horizontally. Because it's above the horizon line now. So the lines go like that now instead of like that. Which means that theoretically, this is already correct. But maybe hang on. Okay, so it's almost correct, I think. Looking at this, we obviously see that's not correct. So we'll put it back where it was. Let me see if I can clear up some of that a little bit. Whoops. I made it worse. W. I might have read that already. But anyway. What looks wrong about this? If I do a line oh, never mind. The line starts there. That's pretty much through the middle of those circles. Roughly. So we actually seem to have done it correctly. Somehow. Alright, and we can kind of get rid of these. As much fun as they are, I do want to prioritize not having as many layers. Just a tiny bit. So, we'll add another layer here. So it goes to the bottom of there. There's this line, right? To roughly the middle. And then to roughly the middle. Hang on. What's actually better is if I go like that. Because, I mean, this seems correct, right? It's got the mirrored angles. Those lines look the same. If I flip this image, does it look terrible? Do I hate myself if I flip the image? Shockingly, no. Shockingly, it looks alright if we flip it. Obviously this needs work, but that needed work anyway. I've never been a fan of my own face. Even my VTuber face, I'm like, oh, I could do better, but I haven't gotten around to it. It just takes time with these things. But anyway, we put it back to the way it's supposed to be. The way I prefer it anyway. This is correct. And that's brilliant. Because that means we can go like that. Huh? Then as long as we mirror things on both sides here, we can draw our thing like that. Or even better yet, well, hang on. It's probably better if I use the line curve tool. I don't actually feel like it. So you're not gonna catch me doing that when I don't feel like it. Plus from back here you can't tell. Then down here it's a little bit trickier because you can see more. Because the angle is less sharp. Less acute. But look at this. A good cupcake display. Okay, it's a little basic, but that's alright. Look, the hands, I never did the hands, but it's fine. This isn't nearly the final form. Hands are roughly that big. Bink, bonk, bink. That's a little bigger than I'd expect. But yeah, palm of the hand is roughly this big. Yeah, it would be something like that, vaguely. And that means scaled up, the cupcakes should be like that big. Which I think is correct. So here it's the same story as before. Or is it? Not quite. Because here you can see further, which means you can see the way it, so technically, hang on. Have it go like that. And like that. Then we'd also be able to see kind of the way it goes in more directions. No, we wouldn't. Huh, how interesting. Well, in any case, the problem with it right now is that we actually need it to go along that line. Yeah. By go along, I mean it starts up here with that, but then it ends down there with both sides touching that line. That way, it stays in perspective. At least that's the hope. I don't know if anyone cares too much about that. It'll actually be covered up anyway, so it doesn't matter if those are on the same line. Because I'm putting cupcakes in front of it. How silly of me. How many cupcakes? Well, I mean, it's not a question of how many. I just, for some reason, I couldn't remember if there were any on the top or not. How silly of me. Let's see. So now, I think we actually sketch in a few cupcakes. They're going to be normal size, but you have to define what normal size means. It's kind of like programming in that way. So it goes bink. And I can put that sort of. I do it like that. That looks normal enough. So if I kind of just copy and paste this around vaguely. Because remember, we don't have to be super accurate or anything just now. All we've got to do is something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, these are just really simple cupcakes for now. Really simple is all we need. Oh, hang on. That one we forgot that part. How silly. And we can go Q and put those two together. And that one, chip gets cut off. Go. Most of the base gets cut off. Alright. And now that it's proper, we merge it in with the others. This one. Oh, I see. That's this one over here, huh? Okay. Whoops. Then very easily. Whoops. I say that, but I almost do it wrong. Actually, that's in front. So we have that one erased. Put it like that. Alright, good cupcakes. Okay, well, technically that's wrong, I think. Is it? I don't know. Let's put more cupcakes on and find out. So these ones you see, they're a lot flatter, less elevation change because they're all closer to the horizon line. So that makes sense. Alright. This one gets cut there. And here. That one's actually the in front one. So we can go like this. All right. This still feels wrong, but why? We know it isn't. Maybe the bottom circle really matters on this one. Doesn't look too incorrect there, but here. If I do something kind of like extending that part. And like that. Sort of flatten out the bottom of it. That doesn't help either. It might just be doomed to be wrong forever. Because I don't know. Okay. Oh. That's not good. Seems to have frozen. Oh, it crashed. That's actually like my least favorite thing to have happen right now. This is why we try and avoid having too many layers. How much did we lose? Open the autosave. Okay, we're just back a couple steps. And we'll overwrite the save from before with this autosave. What's this one? Okay. This is why autosave is a good thing. That could have been very bad. So we'll just spend a little time doing this again. Which is really no biggie. This isn't even an important thing. This is just to sort of get the idea of how the cupcakes will look. Then we'll save here. Do we still have it saved? Perhaps? No, darn. That's alright. We will just have to draw a couple new cupcakes that are roughly the same. Whoops. Don't need to copy the whole thing, just this one cupcake. Whoops. You have to deselect or else it'll only take part of it. Alright. And part of this one too is going to be... Oh, whoops. Forgot. that's actually on the main layer. Kind of want these cupcakes to be seated properly. I think we fit one more cupcake right there. So that's kind of neat. Then here we start erasing. And here to there. Like that to that. Then this one's the in front one. So it's actually that we're erasing. Alright, so this is kind of what our stand looks like. It's not terrible. It isn't terrible. Tell you what, it's gonna bother me forever though. So what exactly changes about the bottom circle compared to the top? Let's see. It gets slightly farther away from both vanishing points, which would make it slightly bigger, but because it ends on the same vertical line, can't get too much bigger. I think. Here, let's see. I think what it would do is it would change where the circle rotates, basically. I think it would make it more like that. And then this one is too close to the middle to care. So, like that. Oh, Mizuki, you see, do you see your sub art thing? Is that the right character, is my main question. Here, I'll, let me see if I can. That's right, it's late o'clock. Do you see your thing? It's near the strawberry. Yep, that's her? Alright, I was not sure if that was the right character, because you were joking around when you said from Jujutsu Kaisen, but I've never seen Jujutsu Kaisen, or the show that she's from. So I was like, alright, I'll look up Jujutsu Kaisen characters, and it was, it was a little silly of me. But I did figure it out in the end, and I don't think it did too terribly. I think it ended up being a decent drawing. But, yeah, I hope it's not bad. Why am I drawing this X? I don't know. Anyway, what we decided was this layer here is wrong. What we've decided is that it's not only wrong and incorrect and stinky, but also that I can do something about it. Ah, ba ba ba. Looks pretty cool to me. Thank you. I do my best. Then we want to go Bink. Oh wait, hang on. Bink. Set that to size 5s. Then go ba. Then let's see if we can get a good curve from there to there. That really does this justice. It would actually still be mostly the same. Okay, well clearly it's not like this, right? Maybe I need to do it in 2 stages. One to about there. Okay, I like the way that starts. So we're going to keep only to about there. We're really doing our best to figure out... Oh no, I forgot this is 1 layer. We're doing our best to figure out how this bottom circle should look without doing an actual perspective circle. Because perspective circles are hard. So like that maybe. Does that look better though? I think that's literally the exact same. So I think that that's as good as that gets. Unfortunately. Can actually put these on 1 layer, which is convenient. But yeah, circles in perspective are the hardest for me. Then let's put that counter back and that counter back. I do think that the size on it is good though. I think that's a good size. Alright. Next, we want to draw this little, just draw a head in a 5-point perspective, then erase some parts to make a circle, just like in the famous show Naruto. Okay, well now you've got me curious. Because this is what the technique I was using before. I had to remind myself what it was, so that's why I had to Google it. Okay. How well this? Oh, darn. Okay, well that's just my Wi-Fi being weird because it's late. Interesting, is this it? I don't think it'd be from Kingdom Hearts. So I'm just gonna have to remain confused, I guess. Anyhow. Ooh. What we should do. Hang on. For this cafe, right? We're gonna need some themed decorations. So if I open up a new file, get 500 by 500. Alright. That'll be good enough. So really quickly. Oh, whoops. Oh, weird. Number lock wasn't on. So it's... But apparently, without number lock on, 0 adds a layer. Which is quite odd. But anyways, we need to design gift boxes. Right? Not gift boxes, but delivery boxes. I love Kingdom Hearts when Sora teams up with Deku to defeat evil Shadow Sephiroth. It's so cool. Well, here's what we can do. We can actually close that. What we can say is to whoops, close that. Stop it. Tap there. Here, what I can do is I can go like that. Go on my file browser, and it's in pictures. Then it's Krita. Not exactly. No, it'd be Shaman. Right. So then, can I drag this over? No, okay, well that's okay. Because I can do this, and this. So there's new layer. Ah, that does not work, in fact. Okay. Good to know. However, all I really need, here, maybe actually, if I look around, I'm only looking for Krita documents right now. Because what I'm trying to find is, maybe it's in here. Let's see. What I ought to find. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. So it's not there. Then it has to be here, right? No. And where? Wait, I can just click through them a little bit. So weird. I guess it's just non-existent, huh? Alright. Well, what I basically need is my Be Right Back screen's logo, or not logo with quotes around it, but I just need that design that I have on my card. So I'm gonna just draw that down really quick. Alright, because I'm gonna use that as the sort of aesthetic and stuff for the cafe, because I think that's fitting. And then we'll refine it and stuff as we go. I just need something copied down. Okay, and then yeah, okay. So it's kind of like this. And then I actually need to layer transform horizontally. So we just need to kind of design a sort of gift box, you know? Wait, hang on, no, I do need to be moving both halves, just one at a time is the thing. Oh. Because I need to move this in to there. Then I need to move this in to there. I mean, not exactly. That's... I can actually just erase both of them because they're both wrong. Let's see about that, huh? And we can go like that. Okay, well now it's still wrong, but basically we get the idea, you know? This is sort of the thing. Like that, basically. So then when we go here, we basically need to be designing... My music's gone. Hang on. We reached the end. Did I ever put the link in chat, by the way? Oh, well, this is a different song. But I really like it so far. Anyhow. It's poor music. Oh, hang on. Why is this not working for me, huh? Is it because of this? No. So strange. For some reason the text box for chat on my thing isn't working. Anyways, we can just go over here, here. That's a link to the current one. The other one I don't have a link to currently. But yeah. They do great music. Always, all the time. You should always subscribe to them. Anyhow, the reason I was messing around with the logo thing is because right about here, we're gonna have a little gift box. I don't even know what this is. What is that tool? Multi-brush tool, huh? She doesn't look like multi-brush. Anyhow, we've got to figure out how we want this box to look, you know? So let's think. And obviously the best part, or best way to start thinking about it, is to get good dimensions down. Because it seems like I had a good idea of how tall I want it to be. I wanted it to be shorter than this display, absolutely. Probably only about to there is good. Then I probably also don't want it going all the way back to the edge of the counter. This display kind of goes all the way back to the edge of the counter. That's fine, because it's a circle. So it actually, this back edge is technically at the edge of the counter. But it doesn't matter, because nobody will be able to tell. Alright. Now, I kind of don't exactly... we'll put the back edge of this one right about there, huh? I don't exactly want to draw this box straight on like this. And I don't mean straight on, I mean it's in perspective perfectly. And that kind of isn't what I want. I want, because it's more dynamic, you see, if it's imperfect, if it's rotated a little. You know, if I was a worker at this cafe, which I technically am, I wouldn't necessarily put the box perfectly aligned with the edges of the counter, or in perspective in the way that it is. I wouldn't put it perfectly facing straight forward. It would be rotated slightly one way or the other. But the thing about that is that if circles, well, no, it's almost as hard as circles are to draw something rotated in perspective. That's normally a cube, because you're no longer working in normal perspective. You're working in, obviously, rotated. So at the same time as something is getting smaller as it's going back towards the vanishing point, it's also getting smaller because it's foreshortened. And those are two slightly different methods of contracting a line, and doing both at the same time is a little tricky. So I don't want to do that with this box, but if I did want to, it would be better. Why is that like that? Hang on. There we go. That's the way I want it. So this delivery box, got to decide on sort of a decoration for it. And because obviously you're not just going to be sending out, if you run a cafe or a bakery or whatever I'm deciding on making this whole thing, you're not just going to leave it as, you're not going to give them a cardboard box and say, here you go. It's going to be decorated, you know? So we've got to figure out what it's decorated like. Or at least I want to figure out what it's decorated like. A classic would be a ribbon on top. And then that would also have the tied up on the sides. Which does take care of a good portion of it. But then I think we can also do the logo. Hang on. We want to hide this counter for a moment. I want to set the world on fire. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, then we... No, I don't want to. Right, you don't want to set the world on fire. I have no idea what you're talking about. Then we transform horizontally. Okay, good. Okay, if I put it together like that, then I can go and erase here. Alright. So then, it's a song I'll show you tomorrow. Alright. Whatever you say. I'm excited to hear it though. Alright, there's the logo in. Just gotta center it a bit more. On the box. And I think, what is that there? I have no idea what that is. A dot? Is that back there? No, I did that. Up here, huh? Why? Wait, hang on. What? Oh, I'm silly. I left the selection on. No wonder I couldn't remove it. So... these would be, if we had the space, these would be those heart bells. You just don't quite have enough pixels to get that point across right now. Can go kind of like that. Hang on. We're cooking. Alright, and then I want those bells again over here. It's kind of like a wrapping paper, you know? It's either wrapping paper or a custom design actually on the box. But either way, now, from a distance, you can't tell at all. But I did do my best to put those hearts on there, because they're an important detail. But yeah, that's sort of the design I want for the box. Cake boxes, I'm not saying it's a cake, but cake boxes often have this sort of little thing there. Where is it? So yeah, it's hard to tell right now, but that looks pretty nice. Alright, and it's 11:20. I think now is a good enough time to end stream. So, we're gonna... oh, excuse me. Hiccups. We did spend 2 hours drawing these two things. Or roughly 2 hours anyway. Anyhow. Let's bring this. And we'll put it there. And we can close this for now. Because we're all done. We can put that back. We can put my face on screen. Then, heap. Oh, it says my bitrate's unstable. I'm sorry, everyone. It says poor network connection, huh? That's no good. It's not normally like that. I'm sorry if there's been any frame dropping or anything. I haven't noticed. It looks like the frame rate's normal. My bitrate is coming through alright. Looks like we might be losing a little bit, but not really. Alright, well, we're rating out anyway, so hopefully it's alright. I wonder if we rate any of these people. This person's doing live 2D model. At a 3/4 angle, that's pretty cool. Dinosaur. Dino dance. Oh, Luna da Bintu. We could go into them. Well, it depends on how many of us there are, I think. Well, I don't know. We will just have to find out. So, thanks everyone for showing up. I hope you enjoyed the chill art stream. It's always nice doing these because I like making progress on my art, even if it's just a little bit. So we're gonna start this raid. Alright, so, like I said, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you guys, I guess, tomorrow, huh? Because I'm doing more Pokemon Nuzlocke tomorrow. That's pretty cool. Thanks again. I'll see you guys later. We're raiding in.